What's up, guys? We got one here from Cosmic Verse, Modern Women Attacking Men for Going Their Own Way. Let's get into it.
So I definitely have to say this because I'm a 31-year-old single, and a lot of people have mentioned they're just like, "Oh, you're probably single is because when you were in your 20s, you were going crazy and you decided to never settle down." I've never went crazy.
The you must gone crazy in your 20s trope. Classic, right? Because a woman being 31 and single can't possibly mean she's got standards or bad luck? Bullshit. It's got to be some wild spring break phase. I mean, listen, society doesn't want to admit that the dating pool shrinks faster than a cheap sweater in hot water after 30 for everyone. But hey, keep dodging accountability. Blame it on the universe or your star sign. Venus was in retrograde or some other weird nonsense.
Being on TikTok, I learned that all passport bros are just predators. I don't know if you're on this side of TikTok, but every day on my FYP, I see this girl, and all she does is walk down the streets of the Philippines, and all she does is show the couples, and every couple look like the man is 15 to 20 years older than the young Filipino girl that he's with. And, like, the girl just looks so freaking young and just immature in comparison to the man. Like, the man has gray hairs, they bad built, they're old, and then they have this young Filipino woman. Like, it's giving predator. And then I also realized that the age of consent in other countries is a lot different. I don't know the specific age for the Philippines, but I know in a lot of places it's like 15, 14, 16. Like, it's really, really young. So I think they use the whole, oh, American women are so dominant, American women are just too independent, too masculine. They use that as like their disguise. Like, it's giving wolf in sheep's clothing. Like, they just say that so they can have an excuse to outwardly say, I'm about to go travel across the world to find this young, impressionable wife that can barely speak the language. And that's really all it is. Like, I want to go travel outside the country so I can get as young as possible. Like, I want to get as young and as fresh and as impressionable as possible, because somebody that's my age and that's mature, she's not going to fall for all the BS that I give her. And I always knew the whole passport bro thing was stupid, but I think right now in this very moment, I just put two and two together that it has nothing to do with masculinity or women being masculine or anything that they've been saying. They just want to go as young as they can possibly go without getting arrested.
So the old passport bros are predators narrative. TikTok must be thriving on this. Did it ever occur to you that these guys aren't hunting for young, impressionable women? They just are tired of the hyper masculine, hyper demanding nonsense in the West. I mean, sure, the age gap's noticeable, but so is the contrast between entitlement and gratitude. And that wolf in sheep's clothing analogy? I mean, no. Maybe men just got tired of hunting for sheep and decided they wanted someone who doesn't act like a wolf back. Now, I'm not going to dismiss there are some men that are going over just to go do a little Humpty Humpty, and that's about it. That is going to be the case, but that's not all passport bros.
Hear me out. Girls should be getting a paycheck every single month from the government for simply just existing.
Why?
Why? Because we have way more essential things that we have to buy, and I don't think it's fair that we have to buy those with our own money.
I wonder, where do they think all this free money is going to come from?
Also, we like to shop way more than men do, so it's only fair that we get a paycheck every month.
They really do, walk among us, don't they?
Apparently, the money's going to come from the sky because paycheck for women for existing, I mean, that's original. It's peak feminism, and skip the empowerment, go straight to the government dependency. It's going to be taxpayer dollars is what that is, and you're going to be paying into it. I mean, look, the economy isn't monopoly money, even though sometimes it feels like it is. Someone's got to foot the bill. It's going to wind up being men or just taxpayers in general. Oh, and the shopping more doesn't make you oppressed. It makes you a willing participant in the consumer culture. But sure, let's subsidize Sephora trips and self-care yoga retreats.
Absolutely insane how much women expect from men that they're only dating. Men in the early dating stages do not owe you anything. Only thing a man owes you is connection, compatibility, a little bit of attention, but you're not his woman yet. Why does he have to pay your bills, pay you gifts, take you out on expensive dates, prove that he can earn your love? That's absolutely wild how some women act in the early dating stages. Men don't owe you anything. They have other responsibilities, bills as well. However, if you're his woman, then he can spoil you. You should never expect it. I'm just saying, women have a convoluted idea of how dating should be and what dating actually is about. Absolutely wild. Absolutely insane. Men don't owe you anything while dating.
Exactly. Somebody that finally gets it. Men don't owe you a damn thing during the dating phase. You're not exclusive. Don't expect me to be paying your bills, buying you cars, handbags, clothes, whatever. I mean, even when we're dating, I wouldn't be doing half of that anyways. But somewhere along the line, dating turned into this transactional mess. Gifts, bills, proof of love. What is this? An audition for The Bachelor? I mean, newsflash, most men aren't Jeff Bezos. You want love, not a down payment on your lifestyle. Or maybe try earning a man's affection instead of invoicing him for it.
Look, if you want to go abroad and find a traditional woman to spend the rest of your life with, that's totally okay. And just because a woman is more traditional doesn't mean she's an idiot. When it comes time for you to meet their families, because again, these are traditional women, they don't do the dating, they go right into marriage. So if you're going abroad, you're getting your passport and you're going abroad with the intent to try to manipulate and gaslight women who don't speak English. The second thing that I feel like you guys are completely forgetting about is that these traditional women are super protected by the men in their families. So if you ever go abroad and try to mess with one of these girls, these traditional women, you do her wrong or you cheat on her or you lie to her, she's gonna send the men in her family after you. And they will beat your ass and probably unalive you. Just before you catch flights, catch this reality check.
This one is angry. Sounds like she's been worked over by one or too many Chads. But now we got the narrative that's flipped. Passport bros are either predators or we're dead man walking if they cross the wrong family overseas. I mean, so which is it? Pick one. But look, traditional women are raised in environments that value family and mutual respect and not entitlement. And yeah, there's going to be cultural differences, but the last time I checked, those weren't deal breakers. And there's always going to be some sort of difference, cultural or not. You know, this reality check isn't for passport bros. It's for the people stuck in the cycle of bad relationships, blaming everyone else but themselves.
For the women who are upset with the passport bros, so there's two ways you can handle life, right? You can either be bitter and angry at the people who have the things that you want, or you can learn from them and learn how you can obtain it for yourself. Personally, I prefer to go for option 2, because option 1 just leaves you bitter and filled with resentment, but your situation doesn't change. Whereas at least with option 2, you have a chance of actually changing your situation. If you don't like your outcomes, change your behavior. You can shame these men as much as you want. You can put down these women and put down their home countries as much as you want. You're still going to be single. It's not going to make you any more desirable to these men. A smart woman would learn a thing or two from these women. A less smart woman would choose to call them uneducated, desperate for opportunities, poverty-stricken. But regardless of all of these things that you think they are, they're still able to get the men that don't want you. So
God damn. Are we in a Twilight Zone where I actually got some people that are starting to make sense? I mean, oh, I'm awake. Okay. Think after this, we're going to have to go celebrate or something. Damn. I mean, this is gold. It's like if only the bitter brigade could grasp this concept, change your approach, change your outcomes. I mean, it's amazing, right? It's simple. You know, men are choosing women who prioritize qualities like kindness and femininity. It's really shocking. You know, instead of shaming them, maybe learn from it or keep complaining. It's not like bitterness has ever solved loneliness. I mean, just remember the women you're shaming are happily taken while you're still swiping and griping. Just saying.
This one's for the men who just say they've given up on Western women and are gonna go abroad for a woman. I understand some of your frustrations, but if you're gonna be a passport bro, there are certain downsides. First of all, you have no idea if this woman is using you for a visa or your money. You're not gonna be able to have fun banter with her. She might be more feminine, but she might not feel like your best friend. She might feel more like a maid service. Number 2, you're definitely going to run into some cultural differences. Is she going to be willing to give up her family, her friends, her career just to come to the States for you? You guys are also going to run into the issue of where to live. Or are you willing to move there? Passport broing is a cop-out for something that can be easily solved.
Okay, let's start with the cultural differences. Sure, it exists, but let's not act like every Western couple has a seamless compatibility. And this maid service jab, I mean, a lot of men would gladly trade sarcastic banter for peace and a home-cooked meal. So if you're losing to foreign women, maybe reflect on why men would rather risk visas and plane tickets than tolerate modern dating norms. Let me add a little more something here. So I know I've said it before, or maybe I haven't, but my wife is Ukrainian. And of course, she's living in Europe because of the war. So she can come here to the U.S. on U4U. We all know what the U4U program is. But if she was so desperate to be here, she would jump on that in a heartbeat. But she's not. Why? Because if she was to leave the country here on U4U, she wouldn't be able to come back without having a travel pass, and the travel pass could take like 4 months up to a year to get, depending on how backed up immigration services are. Just trying to give a little context here. So if something is to happen at home and she needed to leave to go take care of family, she couldn't come back. That for me says a lot. It's like, I don't want this visa to come to America. She has a travel visa to come here, sure. And she's been here, yes. I mean, she's impressed with the scenery, but not really impressed with much of anything else. And honestly, I don't blame her. It's not a jab at everybody in America. I'm not saying everybody here is bad, but you have bad apples that kind of ruin it for everybody else. But anyways, so this whole they're only here coming for a visa to rob you blind, I find it as absolute bullshit. Are there some people out there that would do that? Absolutely. But that comes down to for men to properly vet the woman that you're dating and that the woman you're planning on spending the rest of your life with. Mine's not that way.
Have you guys ever noticed how women have way more competition than men in dating? Competition women have in dating is crazy.
Yes, some of us have noticed that, but it's not for these reasons that one is going to mention.
I swear I'm always seeing 10 out of 10 women drop dead gorgeous smoke shows just running around. Whereas men, I rarely see a good looking, well dressed, fit man.
Now let's be very honest here. The main reason, or I should say, the real reason why so many single women find it very competitive in regards to finding someone to date is because at least 60 to 70% of those single women are after the same demographic of men. Those that fall into that 1% category, over 6 foot tall and make over 6 figures. But if a person really thinks about it, the math is not in their favor, because probably about half of those men are already married or in a relationship. So that means that about half of 1% of those men are single and available. So that means that there is an awful lot of competition for 0.5% of the male population.
Yep, the math problem no one talks about. And everybody wants the same 1% of men, and then they wonder why dating feels like blood sport. I mean, meanwhile, the other 99% of men are invisible because they don't check all the boxes. It's not competition, it's self-inflicted delusion. Maybe if women broaden their standards beyond a 6-figure 6 feet, the dating pool wouldn't feel like the Hunger Games.
Ooh, I'm all for passport bros. If you want to go somewhere where they're going to love, respect you, cherish you, cook and clean, and they understand their roles, you should go somewhere where you're loved, because women in today's society, especially modern day women, not all women, it's just you guys forgot your roles. You're supposed to cook, you're supposed to clean, you're supposed to love your partner and take care of his heart and soul, just like men take care of us physically, mentally, and they provide for us. They never forgot their role. So men, if you want to be a passport bro, I support it 100%. Have fun.
Today is a good day. Where's Ice Cube at? We got to bust out a little Ice Cube and play Today's a Good Day. Another one that makes sense. It's like finally somebody who gets it. Holy shit. Men aren't running overseas for maids or seeking respect, affection, and a partnership. Things many modern women seem to think are beneath them. It's not about forgetting roles. It's about valuing them. Passport bros aren't escaping. They're opting for sanity. I mean, if that's a crime, then I'm guilty as charged. Oh well.
I have a question for the men out there, okay? And please give me your honest answer, because I need this answering, okay? If I, a woman, was to come up to you in public, are you going to be a little bit turned off by that? Keep it real, because a lot of the times, I'm going to keep it real. Sometimes I see a man and I'm like, I need you in my life. I am too scared to go up to him, but I'm sometimes thinking I need you in my life and I want your kids, and I can already envision us having a family together and 3 dogs. Would you be a little bit creeped out if I was to come up to you? Would you be like, hey, step back, or are you kind of down for it? Because if you're down for it, then I might just start coming up to men. I might just start having conversations with men, because I'm scared most of the time. But maybe I need to start. Maybe this is my new era of going up to men in public. Do I do it? Are you not into it? Let me know.
Ladies, if you want to shoot your shot, do it. I guarantee you're going to be a lot more successful than men. But, keep it real, though. Coming on too strong will make it look like you've skipped the Disney princess phase and went straight to Fatal Attraction. Don't walk up to the guy, we're having babies, we're having this and that, all the nonsense she's said that was in her head. But having some form of confidence is attractive, but desperation isn't. I know in the previous video I said something, there was a lady talking about that in the coffee shops and couldn't get the right words out, but yeah, this is what it is. Confidence is attractive, but desperation is not. And if you're envisioning 3 dogs on a picket fence after hello, probably want to scale back a little bit. You know, a man wants a partner, not a psychic prediction for what their future obligations are going to be.
And on the Passport Bros topic, because a lot of Passport Bros are in my comments, all of the Passport Bro videos that I'm seeing, these men are Johns. These men are going to the country looking for a lady of the night. I don't see any of these men coming back with wedding rings, coming back with marriage certificates. They are looking for a one-time fun. They're looking for a lady to have fun for the night and then say goodbye. That's what they're looking for. They're not looking for wives. And to the men that are going to get in the comments and start the yada, 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 show me videos, tag the Passport Bros who are...
What did we just do?
We get married.
We got married.
Coming back to the United States with marriage certificates, not coming back to the United States with a possible infection or SMSTD. Okay, I don't see any Passport Bros that are actually marrying these women.
So you paid the dowry?
I paid the dowry,
Wow.
but you see that, y'all? See all the women out there saying, "Oh, well, you have to pay a dowry." This man right here paid it, and after the wedding, her mother said, "This money is for y'all."
They're taking videos of ladies of the night that they are paying for their time. They're not marrying any of these women.
You know, Passport Bros only want ladies of the night. I mean, that's the biggest load of horse shit I've ever heard. Now, like I said earlier, there are men that will go overseas just to do a little romp. You know, the segs tourism. They are out there, but for majority of the Passport Bros, a lot of us are looking to become expats and then find somebody to settle down with in the country that we choose to go to. Mine would just happen to work a little backwards, but regardless. But this ladies of the night thing, I mean, please. You know, men wanted just that. They wouldn't need a passport. They could head to Vegas. If you live here in California, you can go up to Reno. You can go anywhere in Nevada to go get it. I mean, come on. You know, this wedding ring argument, that's weak. I mean, marriage isn't the only metric of success. You know, these men are finding appreciation. They're finding peace and companionship abroad. And meanwhile, the critics are still complaining on TikTok. And you know what? Well, tomorrow's video is going to be my 100th video, and I'm going to do it early today because she wanted to see pictures of the successful couples. Hang on, let me add it in here real quick, just because. All right, here we go. So, there's me without my mugs on. That is my wife while we were engaged. That is at the Top Golf in Scotland, so at least I could say I played golf in Scotland. Not officially, but close enough. Yeah, I'm a 5'7" chump from California, and she's 5'3" from Ukraine. And just for my proof, here. That's us married up at Lake Tahoe in Emerald Bay. So there you go. That is my wife. And yes, we have an age gap, but I really don't give a shit, and she doesn't give a shit, and it works fine for us. But there you go. So, anyways, let's kill that. I'm missing her dearly right now. She is in Ukraine having to take care of some family issues, and I haven't been sleeping much in this past week, and I'm hoping that she'll be leaving this weekend to head back home, as I'll be heading over there in about 21 days, 3 weeks. So, anyways, let's move on with the video here. Now, what we got out of all of this is the modern dating world is a minefield of entitlement, bitterness, and delusion. I mean, we've all known this. You know, men are choosing to opt out, not because they're predators, but because they're just exhausted. You know, women who shame Passport Bros miss the point, and these men are tired of being undervalued. You know, Western culture, feminism, social media have created a hostile dating climate where everyone loses. And the only solutions I could really think of out of this would be is women need to reassess their expectations. I mean, I guess good luck with that, but that is the reality. And for men, we need to vet our options carefully, especially if you are going abroad definitely vet your options carefully. And as for society, we need to stop vilifying traditional values in the name of progress. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyways, guys, if you like what you've seen today, hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Drop me a comment down below on what you think. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.